All right. Couple minutes early here, but we are going to get that way we can get things set up at least a little bit. I'm gonna try to make it as what do they want to call it? As close to real as we can get with the live stream. Sorry, just closing the drapes here. I am going to be doing this both as a live feed and as a recorded video to be edited a little bit. The camera for the live right here, aim it straight down. It'll be looking right here because I'm going to put my table up right here so you can see the process as it goes along. I have a couple extra cameras, which I'm going to be doing some other footage with. Try to keep it, as neat and so you have plenty of angles. So we're just going to continue. Rhonda, how you doing? Mr. DeLeon, I don't remember seeing you before, but welcome in. This is the Chili Dog Night. We haven't started yet, Kiana. We're just at 6 o'clock, at 5 p.m. Eastern Central Time, where I'm at here in Amarillo, Texas. I'll be starting then. Wait for a few more people to come in. We got 5 right now, which is pretty good. No audio. I don't know what's going on, Rhonda. My thing's on. Yes, sir. All right. Well, it's about 5 minutes early, so we're going to go ahead and get it started. So I'm going to turn on the GoPro here. Get that started. Let me hook up. I got the extra battery, so I can go a little bit longer. So we're gonna get that put up in here. There we go. Get that properly aimed and zoomed in. There we go. There. Okay. Get that started. Come on. Wants to be a little finicky, of course. All right, there we go. Okay, now that you see my enchilada chili dog go, cool. That's the way you need to have it. She knows where her command seat is at. That's beautiful. I'm glad she's doing better. I'm glad that bite hasn't really hurt her that much. That's always a scary thing, so glad she's doing much better. All right, so first things first. We need something to work on, a surface to work on. So I have a roll-up table, little camping table. I wish it wasn't, as short, but, I've tried to find other ones that stand up taller, and they're all usually just big honking things that will not fit into space. So the roll-up part's got the aluminum panels in there. And we got the base here that unfolds and sets up. Two little arms go out and lock in. Well, lock in is kind of a desire, not so much a fact. Then you got got this rail on the edge that fits down into the grooves. Then you stretch it across the other side and rotate this bar. a little bit and snap it in, just like that. So now we have a little surface to work on. So we're going to set that right down here. I'm going to turn it sideways here. All right. So let's turn that away from me. So, General, how you doing, sir? As long as you got yourself protected, that's all that matters. All right, so we got our table set up. We are not opening this cabinet. This cabinet is only for my toiletries, medicine cabinet, and clothing. All right. Refrigerator right above it. All right, and then immediately below you, right down here, the cabinet that's right below you is where we have our cooking apparel and some of the ingredients which we may be using. All right, so tonight, Tester, how you doing? Well, General, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Hopefully, this will show you a little bit of how a truck driver cooks in his truck. And if you want to make sure that you know that I'm saying I'm a truck driver, steering wheel right there. All right. Now I got the window closed, the curtain here closed, because it is quite bright outside at the moment here in Amarillo, Texas. So we're going to aim that down right here where we're going to be doing our cooking. All right, so out of the refrigerator, we're going to get an onion. We're going to dice some of that up. We got some hot dogs in here somewhere. I just got to be able to find them. Ah, here we go. Good old Nathan's hot dogs. Not too bad. Stick that out the way. We have other things in there for other meals, but for the moment, we're going to keep it chili dogs as simple as we can. Oh, we are going to use a little bit of American cheese, good old Kraft American cheese, to top it with. We have a can of Hormel chili. I didn't get the chunky this time. I'm going to do a little bit thinner. Normally I do the chunky with beans, but Doke D, how you doing? Welcome in. Glad to have you. Nomads, how you doing? Welcome. Vacation City. Nice to thank you all for coming in. New people who've I've never seen before. Thank you very much for coming in and joining me in what is typically a fairly boring subject. A truck driver cooking his dinner. But we're gonna try to make it as interesting as we possibly can. Now I am shooting a live feed or a recorded video with the GoPro directly above right here. Got a GoPro aiming down at the table. And then also we have other little cameras we're going to use as well to do some close-up shots, whatnot. So we also got some hot dog buns, which, a chili dog to me is not a chili dog unless it's a full hot dog first. Now that's my definition of a chili dog. And it's not just a hot dog with a little bit of chili sauce on it. That's a hot dog with chili sauce. That's not a chili dog. A chili dog is two hot dogs in buns covered with a whole mess of chili. You have to use a knife and fork to eat it. You just can't pick it up. That's not a chili dog in my book. All right, so we got a hot plate here. We got a nice little pan here to cook the hot dogs. Yeah. We're going to get a few utensils out here. We got a nice knife, fork. We got a nice knife to eat with. We're going to need we're going to get a spatula to scrape out the pan. I got a couple chopsticks to do a little bit of stirring with. I grew up in Japan for 10 years. 10 years of my life, I used chopsticks a lot. I still do. I find them to be very, very useful cooking tool. So we got that. All right. So we got our hot dogs. We got our chili. We got our onion. We got cheese still in the refrigerator. We'll break that out at the last minute. All right. We're going to break out a small cutting board. I have a larger one, but we'll just use a small one for right now. And I need a pot. Let's see here. I got a pot somewhere around here. Ah, here we go. Now, pardon me, because I got to take things out to put things away. And, of course, you need a plate to put all that on when we're done. All right. So, that in there. We got a pot for our chili. So we are just, like I said, we're not, this is not fancy thing. If you look at the announcements that I made earlier, I am doing a Cornish game hen for Christmas dinner on Monday. Tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, I'm doing hash browns. Corned beef hash, a little bit of potato with some sunny side fried up, sunny side up eggs. That'll be breakfast tomorrow. And then Monday night, we're gonna do a like I said, a Cornish game hen with some seasoned pan roasted potatoes and some lima beans. So I have posted the notification or whatever they want to call it, little banner thing. Did post that, so if you want to catch those, just tune into that. All right, so we got the pot, chili. There you go. We're done. See you later. All right. But first things first, we're going to get the hot dogs cooked just for the simple fact I want them hot, but they don't need to be so hot because when I dump the chili on it, the chili will help to warm them up. So, or I can actually throw the hot dog in the chili, warm it up with that, put the dog on the bun, then put the chili on top. It works either way. All right, so we got a real plate, real forks. I don't use plastic. I don't use paper. I don't like paper towels. I don't use plastic knives and forks. I don't use paper plates and bowls. I cook in the truck, and I want to feel like I'm actually at home. I live in the truck for the most part, and I want to make sure that when I cook a meal, it actually feels like a real meal. The only other thing that I really need at the moment is an extension cord, because I cannot reach my plug without it. Well, I can, but it makes it a little bit more dangerous. So we got our extension cord. Get that plugged in. All right, so the hot plate, get that going. I don't know if you can see the little red light here. Let's turn that around. Little red light here. When that goes out, it'll be fully up to temperature. So we'll try to move some things out of the way here whenever we can. Just in the truck, because it's such a limited space, we have to be a little bit accommodating, a little bit changing, that. Lick a hot dog. All right. Live hot dog. Yeah. Big deal. So we're doing 2 dogs. Now, I could pop them in the microwave real quick and, just do that. But, I'm a particular sort of person. I like my dogs boiled. So, got a little bit of water. What helps to conduct the energy. All right. Like I said, we're keeping the curtain closed because the sun's beaming right in. I'm facing a little bit. I'm facing mostly south, but just a little bit to the west. So the southerly sun is coming right in. So I got to do that. All right. Hey, that's why it's called live. So we're gonna get that nice and hot. We're gonna go ahead and get our plate kind of ready here. 2 regular hot dog buns. Like I said, to me, it's not chili dogs until if you don't have a full hot dog under it. Like I said, in a American truck, even a European truck, you have such limited space to do anything. So you got to be a little bit creative with your tools, with your technique, with what you can and cannot do in the truck. I can make beef bourguignon. I can do chicken curry. I can make ribs, spaghetti, omelets. I can do almost anything in the truck. It's just a matter of the proper technique and having the right equipment and the right knowledge to be able to do that. So, while these start to boil, we're going to turn the answer any questions you might have. So if anybody has a question for for me about being an American truck driver, about cooking and living in the truck, about the job I do as a heavy haul truck driver, feel free to ask. That's part of what this is for. So we are getting our hot dogs boiled up. Once we get them to a decent temperature, and their hot dogs are pretty much fully cooked already. It's just bringing them up to temperature where we want them. And then once I get started with the chili, it's going to be a pretty fast process. Chili dogs are not that complicated. A dish to make. Let me turn that. Got the air conditioner on for the AC for the temperature. So if you hear the air conditioning, I'll probably. All right, Nomads. I am in Amarillo, Texas tonight. I'm bringing a load of ATVs from Amarillo, from El Paso, Texas, taking that up to Iowa. And I have basically 6 days to go 1,000 miles. So I'm taking it pretty dang easy. So I'm going to stay here in Amarillo until early Tuesday morning, drive up to Amarillo, and then, Wednesday being Christmas, and we'll be off. And then Thursday, I'll make my delivery. Jersey Trucker, how you doing? The truck is good. It's the same year, same model, same layout and everything. Just each truck is different, just like each car is different. So there are little tiny things that are a little bit slightly different that I still have to get used to. But other than that, it's it's going pretty good. The only problem I had was, the person who was in here before me was a heavy smoker. So I've been fighting getting that smoke smell out of the truck. But it's going slowly and surely. Hey, Stephen, how you doing? Welcome. I saw you earlier. Sorry I didn't make a mention of that, but thank you for coming in. All right, so the dogs are almost ready. So we're going to let that, see the amount of steam coming off. Perfectly good and acceptable. So, as long as I keep the hot plate itself away from anything that's actually going to burn, it's not that bad. It's not a great hot plate. I wish I had one that was a little bit more powerful. This is only like maybe 800 watts. I want one that's 1500 watts. But I also want a double burner, but work on that in the future. Pardon me. So we're gonna get our buns ready here. All right, so we got that set. These are bamboo, so they're not going to burn. So don't worry about that. All right, got my trash bag ready. We're going to cut up a bit of onion here. Now, please remember, this is a sharp knife. Ratman, how you doing, sir? And a very Merry Christmas to you, sir. Thank you for coming in. I still, when I watched that video with that tanker with the skin peeling off, I still get scared for you the 4 times I've watched it. But I'm glad you're safe with that. And Trucking in Wyoming, how you doing, sir? Or madam? Or alien, whichever you might be. So, like I said, I am fairly skilled with a knife. Don't use the techniques that I use. Do it safely. Okay? Like I said, I've had decades of use of a knife. This is not the technique that an amateur or someone who is not proficient should use. All right. So 1 peeled onion. All right, so we're going to take a little bit of this for our chili, because I want cooked onion in the chili, and I want raw onion on top as well. So got some most of the things I use that have leftovers or open ingredients. Mr. Johnson, Dallas Milburn, welcome. Thank you, sir. Merry Christmas to you as well. God bless. And hopefully chili dogs is a something that you find enjoyable, even though it is almost just a couple days before Christmas. Just sucking the air out of there to make it a little bit, a little bit better. I'm going to put that right in the into the refrigerator here. So pardon me. All right, so this has still got to boil a little bit. It's almost done. But for the moment, we're going to cut up a little bit of onion. So now normally I have a bigger wooden one, but I got too much other stuff piled on top of that right at the moment. So just using this small one. I'm not a big fan of the plastic, but sometimes you got to make compromises. Need a little bit of onion escape there. All right, so we're going to get our chili done next. We're just going to set that right there for the moment. Now, I do have a trivet elsewhere to put the hot pan on when I'm done with it. Unfortunately, like everything else, it's underneath something else, which is, when you don't have a whole lot of room, you can't do much with it. So I just got the towel here. And actually, I'm going to grab you another towel. And yes, like I said, no paper towels in the truck. Real cloth dish towels, kitchen towels, whatever you want to call them. All right. So the hot dogs themselves are fully cooked through. So we're going to go ahead and put them on the buns. We're not too worried about them cooling off because we're going to be putting hot chili on top of them. So we're just going to set that right there for the moment. Sit, stay. I got them trained well. All right, so there is a bit of water still in this. So we're just going to be careful for that. We are going to take that hot dog water. We are going to put it in the chili. We're going to thin the chili out just a little bit. Not a lot. I don't like, super thick, gooey, gluey chilies, for my chili dogs. I like to be able to actually eat it without having to really having to work so much at it. Now you could just dump some water in here, switch it around, get all that stuff out, but we're not gonna be that picky about it tonight. Just gonna put it in our little trash bag here. I got on the floor. All right, so that's warming up. Put that out the way. There we go. So we're gonna put some extra onion in there, just like that. And like I said, this little bit of onion, I'm gonna dice. Well, can barely see it with the light. This bit of onion here, we're gonna dice a little bit finer. That's gonna go on top of the chili. We're actually on the hot dogs, and then the onion that's in here is gonna cook through a little bit, get a little bit of that flavor of the onion out. All right, so here's our weenie water, as some people like to call it. We're not gonna waste it because we didn't use that much to cook the hot dogs. So we're gonna thin this out a little bit. And as it cooks, as it gets hot, it's going to evaporate some of that water. And we're going to use this pan as a bit of a lid to get the temperature up a little bit higher, because this little hot plate here does not really have the amount of power that I truly want. So in order to compensate for that, we're going to just try to increase the pressure in the pan. So actually, we have a little bit better control. Well, no. Unfortunately, this pot here isn't round anymore. Had the microwave a couple weeks ago fall on it, so it's a little bit oval. But other than that, not too bad. So here we are. We got our onion. Let's turn that. So we're gonna cut that right in half. Flip that right up there. Like I said, we're gonna cut this a little bit finer. All right. We'll bring our plate over here to where we can work on it a little bit. Take a little bit of that right on top of the dogs. All there. Put on top of that dog. A little bit more on that side. There we go. Then the rest is going to go all the way on top. So we're going to set that to the side for a moment. Put the knife as far away so we don't accidentally hit it. All right. So we're going to grab 2 slices of American cheese. Keep that in there. Keep that cold. Oops. There we go. And of course, American cheese comes with its own little Christmas package wrapping. Set that right there. That down there. That's why American cheese is the Christmas cheese of the universe, because it comes wrapped. No other cheese does that. All the other cheeses are violent types of cheeses. You got to stab them, you got to cut them, you got to grate them. American cheese, individually wrapped. So we're just not going to be too nice. We're just going to tear these up a little bit. And this cheese will melt underneath the chili. So we're going to build a little bit of a layer or two. There we go. Try to get the dogs kind of centered there. Leave that like that. Not bubbling yet, so we're just going to leave that to sit for a moment. Nomad, I have a microwave. It's sitting right above you on another shelf right above. You're actually sitting right in front of my printer that I use for work because I have to print out documents all the time for the type of trucking I do. I have hot plate. I have a rice cooker. I have a microwave, a panini grill, pots, pans, a stick blender. I have a pressure cooker, panini grill, and and a good assortment of kitchen tools, spatulas, knives, peelers, graters, a few of the basic things that help me to cook in the truck and make it more than just bologna sandwiches and microwave meals. You just pop in there and just heat up. I love cooking. The problem is I hate dealing with people in a restaurant. I've worked in restaurants. Some snotty ass people come in there. Well, you didn't make it the way I wanted. Okay, that's fine. Why the hell did you come to a restaurant? If you want to make it your way, stay at home and cook yourself. I couldn't work in a kitchen anymore. I can't. I can't do that, and I won't do that anymore. But I love to cook, and it's less expensive for me to cook in the truck than eat at the restaurant here at the truck stop. The meal I'm making now, 2 chili dogs, or 2 hot dogs, 2 buns, slice of cheese, a bit of onion, chili, and you amortize the cost of the kitchen tools. This meal here is going to cost me $3.50 maximum. Maximum. That includes a drink. That's going to include some Frito corn chips. So I have, got it up in here, second. In here I have a New York strip, marinating in soy sauce, garlic, and black pepper. And that's exactly right. It is a lot healthier to eat in the truck. But I have this New York strip steak. I got 2. Well, this is about 10, 11 ounce of steak. I got two of these strips for $11 at the Walmart here in Amarillo. So $5, $5.50 for this steak. It's going to be cooked precisely the way I want it. It's going to be cooked exactly the way I need it to be cooked for my satisfaction. And then when I add my vegetable or a starch like pasta, or I make a salad or green beans or broccoli, whatever else I add to it, I will be making this for less than half of what the same steak will cost anywhere at a restaurant. I have breakfast sausage, eggs, bacon, spaghetti sauce, bok choy, celery, onion, carrots, Miracle Whip, Parmesan, ground beef, butter. I have chicken thighs in there. I got chicken thighs for meals. I got a chuck roast, a little over 2.5 pound chuck roast, divided into 4 pieces. That'll make me 4 really nice meals. And then when I combine that with a nice potato or some pasta, make burritos in the truck, make filet mignon, make beef bourguignon, make chicken stir fry, make chicken and vegetable curry. The options to cook in the truck are pretty much endless. Okay, so here we go. So we got that boiling. Let's give that a nice stir. So now we're going to let that little bit of that water evaporate. It's a bit too thin. So we're going to let that evaporate a little bit to thicken up just a little bit. I wanted a little bit of water so it didn't stick to the pan, but also I wanted to thin it down a little bit. But now it's a little bit too watery because as it heats up normally, it's going to become a little bit thinner. But we're going to let that boil down a little bit, thicken up a little bit. Then we're going to stick it right on our chili, on our hot dogs here. Sorry for the light. This This light here sucks. But so we're just going to thin that out a little bit. Then we'll add a little bit of cheese on top, the rest of the onion. Then we're going to say we're going to get ourselves a nice good dinner. Exactly, nomads. You know, well, the problem with this refrigerator up here, most college dorms have a bigger refrigerator than what I have. If all I needed is double the space, if I had a refrigerator twice this size, the options what I could cook would be almost limitless. So, like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be making corned beef hash. Yep, turn that way. With some sunny side up eggs, bacon, and or I'm probably going to do sausage, but I got some bacon in there too, with a little bit of potato, you know. And we're going to do a breakfast live stream tomorrow at about 8 a.m. Central Time, where I'm here in Amarillo, Texas. And then Monday night at 5 Central, 6 p.m. Eastern, what is that, 3 Pacific, I'm going to make a Cornish game hen dinner for my Christmas dinner. It is a little bit early, but Tuesday I'm driving up to Omaha from Amarillo, so it's, you know, that's a little bit much for the day because I'll be driving all day. I'm not going to be in the best of moods to do a live stream, which, yeah. So, you know, we're going to be doing pretty good. So, like I said, tomorrow we got the breakfast live stream, and then Monday night we're going to do the Christmas dinner. We're going to have a Cornish game hen, which I'll do on the panini grill. It's got a little bit of garlic, a little bit of black pepper. It's currently marinating in one of them vacuum bags. Marinating until then. And while it's in there, it's going to help to tenderize as well. So, yes, it's a couple days out, but it'll be just perfectly fine. Now, we're going to do the Cornish game hen. We're going to cook that on the panini grill. Then partway through, we're going to wrap a little bit of bacon around it, you know, around the breast itself. And maybe I might do the drumsticks, depending on how I'm feeling at the moment. Wrap a couple pieces of bacon around it and finish it on the grill, on the panini grill. We're going to do some lima beans, sauteed in butter and black pepper. One of my favorite foods, period. You can do just plain green beans, or, you know, open up a can of, you know, creamed corn, whatever you want to do, but that's what I'm doing. Well, like I said, it's lightly marinated. It's only got garlic and black pepper, so it's not heavily marinated. I will be putting a good amount of salt on it. I'm not one of those people that's afraid of fat or salt. I will be liberally coating it with salt right before I cook it. I like it. I like a salty potato chips. I like salty French fries. I like salty potatoes of any kind. I like chicken that's nice and grilled to be salty. So, you know, we're going to do that. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of, I'm going to take a bit of this potato that I'm going to say, I'm only going to use half of this potato for the breakfast vlog. The other half I'm going to dice, and I'm going to put a little bit of Italian seasoning, black pepper, maybe a little bit of garlic and salt on it, and pan fry it, you know, in a little bit of olive oil. And we're going to bring all that together. I'm going to make a nice little herby chicken sauce, to go with a little bit of chicken gravy to go on top of all of that. All right, so that is getting a bit thicker. Like I said, this is chili with beans. You know, the Hormel chili with beans, a full, what is this, 12-ounce can? 15-ounce can of chili with beans. 2 hot dogs, 2 buns, onion, cheese, and chili. Now you can add the jalapeno peppers or whatever else you want on the side. Oh, pardon me. Need to grab me my Fritos. There we go. Your regular Frito corn chips. That'd be my little side to it as well. All right, so like doing the steaks. The steaks aren't going to be eaten for 4 or 5 days before I eat those steaks. So they're really going to have some intense flavor in them. Now, I do have also, like I said, I got some chicken thighs. And I have some Sonny's barbecue sauce. If anybody knows Sonny's barbecue restaurants, I got some little packets of the sauce. I'm going to be doing a chicken thigh with that barbecue sauce on it. So that's going to be something neat. Okay, so let's take a look down here. Let me get the cord out the way. All right, so we're going to turn this off. Turn the power strip off too. All right, so let's move this stupid thing off to the side here a little bit. There we go. All right, so get those out the way. We got our chili dogs. But get the fork out the way. That getting in the way. Like I said, we got a nice spatula here. Keep the thing all nice and clean. Get the liquid in there first. Scrape out the pan as much as I can. Makes it a little bit easier to clean when I got as much of it out as possible. Now some of it's going to bake on a little bit just because it's hot. I'm going to move that back there out the way. There we go. And you can see it pretty much destroyed the one bun there. Just melted it up. Nathaniel, how you doing? So now we're just going to tear up a little more of the cheese. Throw that right on top. Now, a good shredded cheddar would be more to my liking, but, we'll do what we can. All right. Move that knife out the way. A little bit of the onion on top. There we go. And there we have it. Let's get for the GoPro for the edited version. Let's get it up there. Chili dogs, cooked in the truck. Simple meal. This at the store, at the local restaurant, $8-9 maybe, and you don't know if you're actually going to like the way they cook it. You don't know if you're going to like the hot dogs, the type of onion you use, the type of cheese, the bun, the chili. You don't know what any of that's going to be until you taste it. And by the time you taste it, you've already bought it. So we're going to set that right there. Now, we're going to do a minor bit of, we're going to let that cheese melt a bit and let that hot dog warm up a little bit. So we're going to do a little bit of quick cleanup. Just makes it a little bit easier to live in the truck, especially when you are cooking with real dishes in the truck. All right? So, fork, we don't need to worry about cleaning. This knife, not dirty, we're going to use this to eat with. Cutting board, a little bit of chili on there, onion. Wipe that down. And I am using to clean my dishes, little Clorox wipes, disinfectant wipes. If it's good enough for a hospital to clean their surfaces, it's good enough to clean a cutting board. It's good enough to clean my knives and forks and bowls. Now, there are times where I take my dishes into the shower with me. I have unlimited water, hot, I have unlimited time. Get off my knife. And then once this pot, the pan, spatula is nice and cool, I have a knife, fork, and plate to clean up. So we're just going to dry that off with a little bit of a kitchen towel. Bang. Chopsticks, cleaned. Cutting board is cleaned. So that is a dinner made in the truck, right? Now that's a pretty good hearty meal. This is about a 9-inch wide plate. 2 dogs. 2 hot dogs, 15-ounce can of chili. Yes, it took a little bit longer to make. I mean, granted, I'm messing with the camera and whatnot, talking to you guys. It's a little bit slower cooking process in the truck, but what I'm making here for about $4 or $5 compared to the $9 or $10 inside a restaurant where I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, I consider that a bargain. Like I said, I like cooking. I enjoy the process of cooking. I enjoy the results. I enjoy making it the way I do it. Hey, Miss Stephanie, how you doing? But like I said, I truly enjoy the cooking process. So if I have just a little bit of room in the truck with a few cooking tools, microwave, pressure cooker, rice cooker, pots, pans, a hot plate, stick blender, grater, spatulas, knives, cutting boards, knives, forks, plates, spoons, all that stuff, I benefit immensely by it. A, it's cheaper. B, it's healthier. C, I am much more satisfied with the meal. I can eat less and be much more satisfied with it. I can be happier with what I'm eating. Now, I am here in Amarillo, Texas. Now, you may want to look this up. All right? We have in Amarillo, Texas, is a restaurant called the Big Texan. It's a steakhouse. They have the 72-ounce challenge. You have to eat a 72-ounce steak, roll, baked potato, side salad, and you have to eat it in under 1 hour. If you do, the meal is free. I've been there personally when people have done that. I enjoy going there because they have good food. I found I liked it. They have a pretty decent price for the food. But when I can cook that same exact steak in the truck myself and save 30 to 40%, going to the restaurant is a treat. That's a special thing, which I will be doing tomorrow evening because they have a certain flavor that I like. So I will be doing that. They have good gelato when you come out. Plus, this is a real good benefit for truck drivers, or if you're staying at a hotel here in Amarillo. They will send a limousine to pick you up. They will have a limousine outside to bring you back. I've used it several times. I can park here at the truck stop a good mile away. Hey, yeah, I need a limo you're here at the Flying J truck stop. I'll be out front waiting. I'll be wearing a red shirt or a black jacket, whatever. Limo pulls up, takes you right to the front door. Zero money. It's a free limo they provide. You get a good meal. And if somebody's doing the 72-ounce challenge, you get a bit of entertainment. You come out, you get a nice gelato, nice ice cream. You have a good time for a pretty reasonable price given what you're doing. So, let's go ahead and, I guess, get myself set here. Ah. Now, hopefully I don't dump this all over the dang place, but got our chili dog. Get a little sheath off. Now, the cheese is melting. I probably should have set this off to the side here. Put down my tablecloth, just in case I am more of a slob than I normally am. A little bit of chili, a little bit of hot dog, cheese, and onion. That's the way you have a chili dog. You do it the way you want it. Chopsticks. Oh, you gonna challenge me to eat it with chopsticks? Challenge accepted, pal. Bit of the bun, bit of dog, a little bit of chili. You owe me $5. Now I gotta clean my chopsticks again, you bastard. But, like I said, cooking in the truck for a truck driver is a lot easier than people make it out to be. Oh, living in the truck, you have to eat at the truck stops. Bull. I eat at the truck stop sometime. Now you have your regular hot dogs and pizza and your little hot bar. You have the pre-made sandwiches and, things like that. They're there. They're convenience. Sometimes I do that, Sometimes I don't have either the time or the energy or the inclination, or I haven't been to a Walmart or a grocery store in a while and my refrigerator is empty. I don't want to eat the prepackaged stuff that I have for emergencies. So, taking a little bit of time and cooking your meals yourself, just so much better. When I want to make a beef stew, I break out my Instapot pressure cooker, chop the vegetables up, chop the meat up, put all the ingredients in, close it up, put the timer on, say bing, bang, boom, plug it in, turn it on. While I'm going down the road, while I'm driving for the next 400 miles, that beef stew can be cooking. Or, at the very last minute, throw all those ingredients in, and in half an hour, that pressure cooker will make me a pretty good beef stew. Not the greatest in the world, but pretty dang good. Add a little bit of bread, put a little bit of butter or a little, garlic bread, make some garlic bread. It works. So, as they like to say, bon appetit. This is one of those comfort meals that I've always liked. A good chili dog, a grilled cheese sandwich with with the tomato. I'm not a tomato soup fan by any stretch of the imagination. The only time I ever eat tomato soup is when I have a nice, hot, gooey, melty, crispy on the outside, buttery grilled cheese sandwich. Like I said, I gave up McDonald's. One, not so much because it was unhealthy, but because of the way I was treated the last time. I was like, no, swear off McDonald's. You're not going to get any more of my money. And I can do that. I can do everything McDonald's does. I can do here a lot healthier and to my taste. I got a big old, 1 pound of breakfast sausage. I got bacon. Let's see if I can't pull this out here without crushing them. I got half a dozen eggs. I got butter. I got ham. I could make a grilled, I can make a breakfast sandwich. I got bread. I can pick up some English muffins like that. Everything that McDonald's do, I can do 4,000 billion times better. And even though it's McDonald's, I can do it at less cost. I can make that same, Canadian bacon McMuffin. I can make that for less than $1. And like I said, it's healthier. It's more enjoyable for me because I like to cook. So doing this is one of those things that, yes, this isn't the most quote unquote healthy meal. But it's a damn sight tastier and cheaper than in a restaurant. Now, there are some restaurants that I truly like. There are some restaurants I do truly like. There are some places I like stopping. Christina, how you doing? Just eating my chili dogs here. But but at times, I'll go someplace. Hey, that looks good. That smells good. The service is good, but the food is absolute garbage. And it's like, why did I waste my money on that? Well, you never know until you try it. One of the things that I wanted to do when I became a long distance OTR, over the road, long haul truck driver, was to visit as many barbecue places as I possibly could. That's one of those little side things I wanted to do. Now, in the 2.5 years I've been driving a truck, I've stopped at about 25 or 26 places, barbecue places, where I could actually get to. It was on my way. I could actually stop the truck at. So, I get kind of limited with that. But in that time, I found 2 that are good, 1 that's passable, and all the rest were absolute crap. Now, this is the kicker. The 2 that were good or really good, 1 is in Missoula, Montana, Notorious PIG. The second one, Gillette, Wyoming, at the Pilot truck stop, called Joe Bob's. Every single other one. Well, let's see, I had Sonny's Barbecue there in Haines City, Florida. It's a chain. It's a commercial restaurant. It's not an individual restaurant, whatnot. It was okay. I can spend my money there and not be too dissatisfied, But everything else, from Texas all the way up to the Carolinas, every single other one of them has been absolute garbage. And I regretted every single time spending my money at them. But with the tools I have in the truck, I can make barbecued ribs. I can make a brisket, a pork butt, pulled pork. I can do all that barbecue in the truck. The one thing that I wish I could get in the truck, which will never happen unless I own my own truck, pardon me. The one thing I wish I could put in the truck is a pizza oven. If I had the space and I could sacrifice the weight, a wood-burning pizza oven on the back of the truck, and I could make pizza all the time, hell yeah. I would love to do that. But that's one of the things not exactly possible. So let me go ahead and turn that off. All right. So, like I said, we did the live stream. We also did a bit of recording here. Hopefully I remember to turn it on. Well, whatever. We'll figure out if we turned it on or not, even though we got it up there. Or yeah, I mean, like I said, if I actually had a truck that was long enough, and I could sacrifice the weight that a wood burning pizza oven required, oh man, you're gonna see this guy be 485 pounds by the end of the month. I bet you I could probably turn that into its own business, because every time I pulled into a truck stop, start firing that up, put a little sign out there, pizza's $25, fresh out of the oven. I could do that. No, Christina, my superpower is not being creative. My superpower is arrogance, sarcasm, and being snotty. That's my superpower. All right, so like the shirt says right there, underestimate me. That'll be fun. And I make sure people know how much of a jerk I can be. Like I said, if I had a pizza oven, oh my God, I'd be making my own bread. I'd be doing a brisket and ribs out on it. I'd be making pizza. I wouldn't get any work done, but I would have a good time. Got the knife in the old chili there. Well, that's why you got a towel. Wipe that off like it didn't even happen. Yeah. But like I said, cooking is one of those things I love to do. I will never do it professionally ever again. I will never cook for other people except for friends and family. One, I don't know how particular I am with my food. And I know how other people can be particular with their food. But for the most part, I enjoy cooking. I hate cooking for other people. Like I said, friends, family, myself, I'll spend 9-10 hours cooking a single meal without hesitation. I love it. But spending 5 minutes cooking for somebody else who has an attitude problem because it wasn't the way they make it, I can't do that. All right. So, like I said, we still got a few dirty dishes. Put these over there to be washed. Now, I am going to be using the Clorox wipes. Wipe them down. It says kills 99% of viruses and bacteria. What do you do at home? Then do the same exact thing, but with soap. I mean, I have Dawn. I have scrub brushes. When I take a shower and I take dishes with me, I take my little toolkit here. Excuse me. And I wash dishes in the shower. That's not a normal thing to do. It's not a normal thing to do for a truck driver to be doing dishes in the shower, but not quite normal. Look up normal in the dictionary. This does not occur anywhere near it. So, but hey, I don't spend nearly a third of what anybody else spends on the road. Now, if you I stopped by Walmart this morning. or about midday when I came into Amarillo, or here on I-40. Now you take out the wipes, you know, the Clorox wipes, tissues, my laundry detergent, you know, a chuck roast, which was $12, 2 New York strips, which was $11, 4 chicken thighs, which was $5, $4 of ground beef, you know, a can of chili, a can of corned beef hash, some air freshener, you know, and a few other things. I spent a whopping $88. Now, about 40 of that dollars was other things besides food, their toiletries, cleaning supplies. So on $40 for food, I'm going to eat for the entire week. Whereas $40 for one of these other truck drivers going into the truck stop or whatever restaurant's right there, they're going to spend $40 in 2 meals. They're going to spend, you know, you give them a little bit of coffee, you know, a couple of, you know, a bottle of water, you know, some chips or some gum or whatnot, and they're going to spend $40 minimum approximately per day. 7 days a week. At the end of the week, they're spending almost $300 per week. I spent $40 on food. I'm going to eat better, a greater variety. I'm going to have total control over how it's made and what the flavors are. I can cook any single style of food that's out there. I can go pure American, Chinese, Japanese, French, Italian, Russian, Swahili, Korean. As long as I have a recipe for it, I can do it. I can use my base ingredients up here and make almost anything. I have over 400 recipes to use the chicken thighs on. I can make a chicken and vegetable curry tomorrow. I have the curry powder. I have butter. I have flour. I just got hit. I just got hit. Oh. All right. Guy in the orange trailer just hit me. Number 10. I just got hit for the 10th time. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I got to stop the live feed here. Got to go deal with this. I want to thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. But I got to go attend to this accident. I'll talk to you later. Oh my goodness. Oh well. Fun's over for all of us. I will talk to you tomorrow morning. Got to go attend to this. Thank you all for joining me. God bless. And obviously, this guy doesn't care, but please be safe out there. I'll talk to you all later. Thank you much.